What is the country with the most recognizable shape? Do countries with non-contiguous land masses count all of them? Or is each piece considered separately? The main land mass of the USA is kind of blobby and generic, but at least has Florida hanging out. Hawaii would be easily confused for other island chains. Alaska's kind of unique as a peninsula, but I can see it getting confused as well. If you have to list all pieces together, it's kind of obvious. Do you count smaller claims like territories? Or just state and province size pieces? Any other countries with interesting fragment shapes? Surprised no one has mentioned the US. Continental US isn't that remarkable, but the fact that Alaska and Hawaii always have their own inserts makes it easy to recognize. Denmark as well if you consider Greenland, though I don't think their maps usually include it since it's more of an autonomous territory. Canada has to be recognizable for all the islands in the north. China has a very distinctive shape. Chile has the only country that is so narrow, and agreed with Italy due to its shape. Sicily and Sardinia. Norway has a very distinctive shape. Italy is far better known, though. Also, here is GeoWizard guessing country shapes. Italy, the famous boot. Then probably the UK, because its shape is just weird, not really like other countries. Plus the Northern Ireland section highlighting what it is. Then probably Chile, because it's practically just a huge coastline, and probably not to many countries like the Haha. Australia. I see all these comments saying Italy and I don't understand why. I know it's a longish shape, but that's about it. Australia is a whole country by itself, hard to mix up with anything. Edit just looked up Italy. It looks like a J more than a boot. It's Italy ... But if this is of interest to you, you may like the game Wordle FR, which is one of the many 6 tries games spun off of Wordle, but this one's all about identifying countries based on their silhouette. Italy obvious, I would recognize Portugal's side view of man with nose and pointy chin, and the Netherlands because of the islands on top, the big lake in the middle, and islands in the southwest area, and I happen to live there. It's going to be a country in the sea. i.e. Italy. We wouldn't recognize the shape of most landlocked countries because we aren't used to seeing their shape outlined against a different color background. Italy because it looks like a boot, and Chile because it's long and thin. They're identifiable no matter how you spin them. Lots of people saying Australia, but upside down it looks a bit like the US. Italy wins this every time. Also Monaco, Kosovo, Chile, USA, UK, Georgia, Cyprus, Denmark, Eritrea, Mozambique, Philippines, Japan, New Zealand, Cuba, India, possibly more I can't think of right now. True, once you notice that it's shaped like a llama, Sri Lanka shaped like a misshapen teardrop, Egypt, India if you have seen the maps beforehand, Somalia is shaped like 7. Mostly countries that have large coastlines or islands completely because human-made borders are boring and generic. So Cyprus, Italy, New Zealand, UK, Japan, Cuba. UK for me. It is easier than Italy and Australia since UK is the most unique and you don't quite know the land area if you are only looking at the shape. The only ones you could describe to someone who has never seen a map and still have them guess them from just the outlines are Italy and maybe Chile. There's another boot shoe shaped country, but most people don't know of it, Trinidad and Tobago. But I expected to see majority say Italy. Everyone saying Italy is from Europe. Lol, I've seen Americans say Italy is near Russia on a map. No one is mistaking Australia, Italy, United States, Mexico, or Australia. All of those should be easily recognizable, no matter the scale or rotation. India definitely, the triangular peninsula region is very distinct. India is shaped like a lady wearing a sari. Italy for sure, but I'm surprised I see no mention of the Netherlands. It's quite a weird and recognizable shape. Every North Korean will say North Korea. I asked one once how they were doing, and he said I can't complain. Obviously the country you live in comes first. Top 3 after that would be Chile, Italy and Australia. Italy, Japan, Greece, China, India, Australia, Also maybe Cyprus, Turkey, USA, Egypt, Mexico. Most countries with oceans around them tend to be easier to recognize, like Italy, India, Australia, etc. The Philippines. And that's not just because I'm from there. It doesn't look like anything, aside from Italy, Ethiopia, the UK, Chile, and the USA, probably Mexico, Cyprus, Spain, or Turkey, not a country. But the US state with the most recognizable shape for outsiders is Texas. Turkey, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Palestine, Russia, Italy, Syria, Australia, New Zealand, Chile. Surprised people aren't saying stuff like Russia, Turkey, Japan, Indonesia, Greece, etc. If you don't say Italy, you are wrong. Everyone and their mother recognizes the boot. I realize Texas is a state within a country, but Texas is so easy to always get right. Has anyone said Italy yet? Seems obvious. I'm not sure why no one else said it. I would go with Australia. As someone who lives in Europe, I disagree with Italy. Literally almost every country once you have a habit of looking at maps often. The UK should be unmistakable. It's a witch, riding a pig, chasing a potato. Italy and Texas technically a state that anyone could recognize the shape. Texas. Yes, I know you said country, but you didn't specify current country. Italy. You can erase everything around it and you'll still know it's Italy. USA. It's shaped like Canada's pounce. Even has a little dick sticking out. Wales for me, pig's head. Then Italy shoe with Sicily as the stiletto. Sorry, but it's gotta be the US. I don't think anyone's mistaking that. Not separately, but Norway and Sweden together are easily identifiable. Italy. Australia only seems distinguishable to me because of location. I don't know how you could possibly mistake Chile for anywhere else. What the fuck is a kilometre? I was thinking Chile, but the comments saying Italy make more sense. Italy or Australia? For Europe maps I navigate from Italy, haha. As an Australian, I'm gonna say Italy, followed by Australia. Wales, it looks like a pig's head. But yeah, the answer is Italy. Sri Lanka is pretty unique shape. India, Australia, Italy also. I feel like the USA is underrepresented in these comments. Slovenia looks like chicken. Once you see it, you remember it. The US, Italy, China, and Australia seem hard to not know. IMO. Slovenia. We are basically a chicken and Italy obvious boot. Not a country, but two countries, Sweden and Finland together. I find it bad to ask a question that Americans can't answer. Also, no one can recognize Spain when Portugal is removed. Italy, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, UK all come to mind. Waiting for the Americans to say Africa ... Honesty, Italy. If one of you pricks says Africa, just one of you, I swear. United States. Its shape is iconic and widely recognized. I'd say Romania is pretty recognizable. A literal fish. Italy definitely first, but also probably Japan for me. Slovenia looks like a chicken and is quite recognizable. All these Australia comments. That's not a damn country. Australia looks like half cat face and half dog face. Too bad nobody brought up Moldova shaped like grapes. Circlestan. The country that is a perfect 360 degrees. United States because of our little Florida panhandle. United Kingdom. Maybe closely followed by Italy. South Africa because it has a big hole in the middle. America obvi. Texas, Florida, New York. Hard to miss.